The solicitor's office was suffocatingly quiet, smelling of old paper and ambition. Arthur Finchley sat opposite Mr. Davies, a man who seemed to be made entirely of grey tweed and dry parchment. Arthur felt nothing but a dull resentment. His estranged father was dead, and this final meeting was merely a formality before he could wash his hands of the man for good. Across the mahogany desk sat a mousy woman in a simple dress, introduced only as Miss Evans, his father's housekeeper. She stared at her hands, a picture of quiet grief. Arthur barely gave her a second glance. To the matter at hand, Mr. Davies began, his voice rustling like old banknotes. He cleared his throat and read from the will. To my housekeeper, Sarah Evans, for her years of loyal service, I leave my silver locket, in the hope it brings her some small comfort. Arthur almost scoffed. A locket for a lifetime of servitude. And to my only son, Arthur Finchley, the solicitor continued, his eyes meeting Arthur's for the first time, I bequeath the entirety of my remaining estate. The houses, the stock portfolio, the art collection, everything. Arthur froze. It couldn't be. The value was in the tens of millions. A wave of triumphant shock washed over him. He had won. After a lifetime of being cast aside, he had finally won. He signed the acceptance documents with a flourish, his hand steady. As they stood to leave, Arthur gave the housekeeper a look of magnanimous pity. She clutched her small silver locket. "Mr. Finchley," she said. Her voice was no longer mousy, but cold as steel. Arthur turned, an impatient smile on his face. "My condolences on your inheritance," she said, her eyes glinting. "You see, the locket wasn't a keepsake, it was a key. A key to a Swiss deposit box containing the only thing of value my late employer ever possessed, the evidence of his dealings. The signed document you now hold is not just an acceptance of assets. It is, by his design, a legal confession. A full assumption of responsibility for every crime he ever committed." Her lips curved into a thin, merciless smile. "The authorities have already been alerted. You have the notoriety and the liability. I, on the other hand, have the real fortune, which was never in his name to begin with." Arthur stared, the heavy parchment in his hand suddenly feeling like a tombstone. He had inherited a life sentence.